morning, Grenada. Sister Isles of Carriacou, Pity Martin. How's everybody doing? It's Tuesday. It's the 22nd day of March, 2022. Welcome to another edition of Good Morning, Grenada. Let me say good morning to my bro over there at Hot 98. Should be making that link with him shortly. Let's see what's up with him. Let's see what's up with him this morning. Let me say good morning to Gary over there at Hot 98. Good morning, Gary. How you doing, bro? Oh,
too low there, was I?
Yeah. How you doing this morning, man? How you doing?
Just feeling great this morning, man.
All right.
That's what it's up, and hope to transfer that energy to my listeners, my viewers, and definitely get your day started off in the right ways. Good morning, Grenada. GT, what's going on, boy?
I'm good. Someone's well. I think I'm hearing myself on the repeat there for a little bit, so sort that out.
Let's see here.
Hey, it's Good Morning Grenada, GT and Gary. It's G squared in the morning time. Yeah. Can I always say myself back again? Anyway, let me see you get that. So let Gary get that rectified. So let me say good morning to one and all. Let me take that break, folks. When we take that break, and when we come back, we certainly will continue with Good Morning Grenada here on K105, Hot 98, and the GBN TV and our social media platforms. We're coming right back.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Welcome to Nurses Care, a new home healthcare company on Ireland, changing the way you receive healthcare. From registered nurses and aides to medical doctors and qualified physicians, we offer a wide range of healthcare services, from monitoring chronic conditions and medications to elderly care, pediatric care, and maternity nurses, to even housekeeping and case management. We offer 24/7 in-house healthcare services. So contact us today for your in-house consultation at 439-3928.
At Southern Electrical, you get the best value, quality products, and expert advice. We are the #1 supplier of residential, commercial, and industrial electrical products in Grenada. View our latest arrivals of wall lights for interior and exterior, beautiful chandeliers, pendants, solar motion lights, kitchen appliances such as crispy air fryer ovens, crepe makers, countertop grills, and more. Visit Southern Electrical at Dusty Highway, Grand Down, St. George. We also ship to Carriacou and Pity Martinique. Call or telephone number 444-3042, WhatsApp 405-4993, or browse our website www.segrenada.com.
Morning. Working with my mood, per se. Hey, welcome back on the inside. How's everybody doing? Once again, we're back inside Good Morning Grenada. Should be having my bro back with me this morning. Gary, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Am I sounding any better?
Are you good to go? Anyway, man. You always seem to be hiding in the background for some reason or the other. Why is that, man? Where's your video this morning? You know the folks like to see your face, man. You know
my voice is the most important thing this morning. But let me get my face up in there.
For some reason, you always seem to be hiding. Yeah. That's better, man. Makes me feel like if I'm sort of talking to myself here. Anyway,
good stuff, man.
Yeah. So how you doing? How you doing once again? Let's roll back with the intro, man. How you doing this morning?
Listen, man. I'm doing great. Life is good. I can't complain. I hope my viewers and listeners feel the same way.
Oh, man. Well, complaining does not always solve the problem, as some folks would say. Sometimes complaining is just mere useless. So why would we do that? Anyway, let's roll into the show this morning. It's Good Morning Grenada here at G Square. Don't forget the number. You could always participate via whether you want to send us a text, send us a voice note, just simply call in when we do request a call in. 435-2041. Hey Gary, let's get set and roll with of course the word of the day this morning. Is a kind of morning, but let's get set with the word of the day. Let's see what the word of the day is this morning. Here, you gotta go.
This morning's word of the day is henchman. Henchman, it's a noun and it's spelled Henchman, henchman, and it means a henchman is a trusted follower who may perform unpleasant, wrong, or illegal tasks for a powerful person, such as a politician or a criminal. So we know there are lots of henchmen in politics. Anyways, moving on. Here's a sentence in which you can use the word henchman. The play opens with the main character, a gangster, on stage, surrounded by his henchmen. So there you go. You can use that word today. You can find some context in which that word can fit in. Good morning to you.
I hope no one refers to you, Gary, as a henchman anytime soon. Anyway,
never will be.
Anyway, let's get into your thought of the day for today. And as usual, we always hit you that thought of the day that will just motivate you some way or the other. Let's see what the thought of the day will be for today. Now, for the sake of the rose, we must water the fawns. We put that back in repeat for you once again. For the sake of the rose, we must water the fawn. Gary, break that down for me and for the listeners and viewers of there this morning. That particular thought of the day.
Don't mind if I do. We know that almost every rose has thorns. Life is like a rose. It can be full of thorny issues. We also know that the rose produces beautiful flowers, which are also very delicate. The same is true of life. Life has its rosy and fragile side. Thus, it requires a lot of carefulness and wisdom to handle the issues of life. Sometimes we don't always get what we want when we want it. It is up to us to manage what we have and make the most of it. It has been said that the happiest people don't necessarily have the best of everything. They just make the best of everything. Where do you fall?
Oh, think about that. Think about
life. You got to take the good with the bad. Yeah,
it's interesting, man. It's interesting.
The Lord allows the rain to rain down on the good and the bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody gets missed out on that, right? You understand?
Yeah.
Hey, let's get into our health tip this morning. As usual, our health tip comes to Kudakan compliments of Mitchell's Health and Wellness Pharmacy, where your family's health is our business. What's on the health tip this morning, Gary? What's the health tip this morning you want to throw to the
health tip this morning is just pretty much extemporaneous this morning, if you will, all right? Because at the same token, we tend to neglect our body. But if you put your body in the same light as you would put a vehicle, you should understand that you ought to make sure that you treat your body in the same way that you would treat your vehicle. You would not just leave your vehicle up for whatever. You want to make sure you put the right fuel in it. As with your body, you want to make sure that you put the right food into it. You wouldn't put a diesel into a gasoline car, right? So you want to make sure you put the right food into your body, all right? You want to make sure that your car don't remain sitting idle for too long, because then you know what happens, right? It get clogged, things happen, rust and all of that sort of stuff. So you want to keep that car moving as often as you possibly can, all right? That enhances the performance. Likewise, your body. You don't want to be sitting and being a couch potato all your life. You want to go out and exercise and keep your joints flexible and your muscles working as they should. It's good to just compare your body to that of a vehicle. And if you would not do X amount, do X, Y to your vehicle, don't do that to your body. All right, your body is far more precious than a vehicle.
Certainly agree with you on that there. 100%, Gary. 100%. Now, we got the thought of the day. Of course, as we move along this morning, don't forget we have the riddle segment coming up for you also. And as usual, we encourage you to participate. You can, parents, you can allow your sons and daughters to participate. Send us that, of course, WhatsApp with a voice note, or you can also send a picture if your son or daughter is going to be answering the riddle this morning. So you can certainly do that for us when we do get to that segment. Now, Gary, I'm having a little bit of an issue, of course, taking up the Did You Know segment this morning. Just not visible on my end for some reason or the other. So I'm going to let you take care of that. You're doing most of the talking this morning. I'm sitting in the background. So hit up the Did You Know segment. For some reason, it's not showing up on my side for some reason this morning. So I'll let you take care of that. Go right ahead with it.
Well, I'll ask you this question. Can you make a guess as to what percentage of water your toilet uses in your home?
What percentage of water? Well,
does it use over a period of time?
I would say I would say over a period of time it uses about, if I could just guess this off my head, because let's say about 25% of the water.
Well, you're pretty right.
Yeah,
you're pretty much correct. All right. I don't know if a lot of people see that way, but I certainly didn't. Mm-hmm. But toilets use over 25% of indoor water.
Yeah.
Think about it. So the next time you choose to use your toilet, keep in mind that how much water it
actually consumes.
Your shower uses 16.8%. Mm-hmm. Your faucet uses 15.5%. Clothes washer uses 21.7%. All right. What is here?
A mere leak
accounts for 13.7% of water usage, and the other is 5% for the other things that may pop up here and there. But the toilet, 26.3%.
Yeah. And especially if you have youngsters in your house, Gary, that constant flushing all the time. You understand? You know, youngsters just have a reason always want to go to the bathroom and flush that toilet for some reason or the other. So think about the wastage that actually takes place there. You understand?
Pretty significant. Significant.
Think about it, folks. So, probably got to put a lock on that door. Anyway. Well, you can't lock the door because, you know, if you can't lock it, you can't lock yourself out. If you're not,
there might be an accident. Don't want that to happen. Anyways.
All right. You know, let's move on this morning. Hey, folks, it's Good Morning Grenada. It's G Squared, GT, and Gary. Gary's over there via Hot 98. Good morning to the Hot 98 listeners. Good morning to those of you viewing via GBN TV or social media platforms, YouTube and Facebook. Good morning to the viewers there. Listeners around the world. Good morning to you, Gary.
Don't forget to share up the live. Share up the live. Don't forget, if you're viewing us right about now, hit that share button. Let's get us, circulating as far and wide as possible. All right.
Hey, let's get set for the riddle of the morning. And it's always an interesting one. And I think that one is visible to me this morning, so I went to read that out this morning. Hey, don't forget the riddle comes to you compliments of folks at Sleepy Dappers, all natural, all organic, for your baby's total comfort and protection.
This one hard this morning, boy.
Sleepy Dappers, always for the better. Now, let's see if I can show this riddle out this morning. I don't even know the answer to this one this morning because
that one tough enough. That one real tough enough, GT.
I didn't even look up the answer. I didn't even think. I shouldn't say look up, but I didn't even get time to ponder on the answer this morning. Now listen to this. What English word has 3 consecutive double letters? Let me repeat it for you. Those of you via the TV, I guess you're seeing it on the screen right now. Those of you listening via the radio, what English word has 3 consecutive double letters? Think about that this morning. Gary, that's a toughie. I don't think you should do that to the folks out there this morning, but...
May I apologize in advance?
That's a tough one this morning. Well, we only saying what we're saying, because there are real smarty pants people out there, Gary, who may have already deciphered this whole thing already and saying, hey,
I would not have been able to get it.
What are they talking about? Anyway, Gary, we got getting set for the edition of news here on K105, Hot 98, and of course a rebroadcast of last evening's news via GBN TV. We're moving up to just around 16 minutes or so before the top of the hour, and when we come back, we get to the answers for the riddle. It's for 15 minutes now before the top of the hour, and the time check comes to compliments Grace Food. The news is next.
St. Patrick women have been arrested and charged in Canada for their alleged involvement in a theft ring. Let's get the details from Chrislina John.
A mother and daughter from St. Patrick's have been arrested and charged by police in Canada after being accused of stealing expensive clothes and perfumes. 30-year-old Christelle Pascal and 58-year-old Catherine Wilson of Montreat St. Patrick, both residing in Canada, were arrested alongside 31-year-old Alihon Martin of Brampton. They all face multiple charges ranging from theft under $5,000 and possession of property obtained by a crime over $5,000 to failing to comply with a court order. According to the report in the Canadian media, investigators said in a press release that they believe the crime is linked to several commercial store theft elsewhere in the greater tri-state area. The police say in a massive raid last week, law enforcement seized hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stolen designer clothing, perfume, and other merchandise in a Brampton home, the spoils of a literal fashion crime conducted by a theft ring. The bust, which took place 2 Fridays ago, uncovered more than $215,000 worth of goods that had been stolen the day prior from an unnamed storefront. Bags, shoes, winter coats, perfumes, makeups, and sunglasses abounded, all of them from pricey big-name brands like Chanel, Prada, Jimmy Choo, and Fendi. The release added that the perpetrators clearly knew the top goods to go after and make it worth their while, as the goods are all worth thousands individually and collectively the price of a home in rural Ontario. Unfortunately for them, they were tracked down within 24 hours of their robbery, with all the goods seized along with a large amount of cash. GBN contacted the Community Relations Department to garner any information reaching them in this regard. However, we were told that information as such is conveyed usually to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Chrislina John, GBN News.
A bread and butter issue takes center stage on Grenada's leading current affairs program. Tonight, panelists will examine soaring food prices and volatile changes on the petroleum market. GBN's Cherian Blackman-Stephen looks ahead to tonight's Beyond the Headlines program.
The price of flour on the Grenadian market has increased effective today. Householders and motorists are keeping a close eye on fuel prices amid fears that these could also rise within another 4 weeks. Consumers in Grenada are keeping their eyes on the global pricing charts amid reports that international food and feed prices could rise by between 8 and 20% as a result of the conflict in Ukraine, triggering a jump in global malnourishment. In a preliminary assessment of Russia's invasion of neighbor, the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO, said it was not clear if Ukraine would be able to harvest crops during a protracted conflict, while uncertainty also surrounded Russian food exports. The FAO said Russia was the world's largest exporter of wheat, while Ukraine is the 5th largest. Together, they provide 19% of the world's barley supply, 14% of wheat, and 4% of maize, making up more than 1/3 of global cereal exports. Russia is also a world leader in fertilizer exports. The FAO Director General says the likely disruptions to agricultural activities of these two major exporters of staple commodities could seriously escalate food insecurity globally. The body's food price index hit a record high in February and looks certain to climb further still in the months ahead as the consequences of the conflict echoes around the world. So how will these latest developments impact Grenada and other Caribbean economies? We put these questions to our panel of experts on tonight's Beyond the Headlines program. The panel will include Mr. Mike Sylvester, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance Grenada, Ambassador Lionel Hurst of Antigua and Barbuda, a former representative to the United Nations and the OAS, and former IMF economist Dr. Thompson Fontaine, who is presently the Deputy Chief Strategist with the South Sudan government. Tonight's discussions will cut to the core of a bread and butter issue for each Grenadian family, and you will certainly won't want to miss this this evening's edition of Beyond the Headlines, starting at 8 p.m. with host Odette Campbell. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Meanwhile, a former parliamentarian is calling for more to be done as Grenada continues to witness fuel and food prices skyrocket globally. Gerard Joseph has that story.
Former Senator Ron Redhead says despite the last update by the International Monetary Fund, the economic situation in Grenada continues to worsen. Redhead reiterates that while improvements have been witnessed in the tourism sector compared to 2020 and 2021, cost of living, unemployment and poverty paints a dire picture.
More people are out of work than before the COVID started with lockdowns, and restrictions are now only being lifted, so the sectors that were shut down will not feel the rebound until later. So at this point, the level of gas price increases that the Ministry of Finance forecasts will only hinder a true rebound and make it more difficult for the economy.
He says that though the global food and fuel prices are influenced largely by external factors, he finds it disturbing the lack of a decisive response to the situation by the Ministry of Finance.
Because in neighboring Barbados, they have reduced essential items, the cost for essential items, and cushioned the impact on the increase of oil. That's their response. But in Grenada, we are given a whole number of excuses. We are seeing the Minister of Finance in particular complaining about wars and things that we have no control over. Yes, we agree with that.
Finance Minister Gregory Bowen, during a post-cabinet briefing last week, stated that government may not be able to sustain the $15 cap on gas prices, while noting that food prices, including wheat and grain, are expected to further rise, with increasing demands globally in addition to the Russia-Ukraine war. However, the former senator believes the pronouncements by the minister are a travesty and slap in the face of the ordinary Grenadian people.
But at a time when we don't know what will be done with the $30 million that we are supposedly getting from SGU, and when we don't know what the initial increase in passport sales earlier on this year from the CBI is going to be used for, and the fact that government is continuing to expand the money program, and they have given GDB some $10 million for contract workers to take loans. And we all see the amount of concrete special projects that are taking place throughout the country. So at a time when all of these things are going on, to come and make excuses that government is unable to cushion the impact that high oil prices is causing on the economy is only going to add to the uncertainty that we are already experiencing globally.
Flour and animal feed prices effectively rose from 12 to as much as 16% as of Monday, as Caribbean agro industry cited a drastic price increase of production inputs such as wheat, corn, and soy meal. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Meanwhile, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Mike Sylvester, when pressed during GBN's To The Point program last week, said he believes external shocks serve as a strong indicator for Grenada to diversify its economy. Sylvester sees agriculture producing and eaten local while adding value through agro-processing as alternatives to wheat and grain.
Well, I can't agree with you more. I mean, I think you made a very important point. And I mean, I think the strategy that as a country we should be employing is really trying to see how we can diversify our economic base and be resilient, as you rightly said. And one of the areas you can do that, of course, is to expand or find linkages between the various sectors that you have, or find value added within some of those sectors, right? And again, as you said, being able to produce and consume locally. If you do that, then of course you reduce on your huge input bill, and we have a very large one in terms of food and some of the basic items like chicken and so on.
The PS noted that the nation has a major opportunity now to truly transition to a more sustainable economy, building resilience in all sectors.
I know the Ministry of Agriculture, for example, as you say, is doing quite a bit in terms of that, and even in terms of the Sustainable Development Plan. I mean, if you look at that within its own construct, it seeks to do that. So there's a lot there, and it's really sometimes it's implementation. I think a lot of what happens is how good are we at implementing, and I said in last year's budget, for example, we would have seen a jump in the rate of capital investments. So that is, in a sense, is a positive sign, and to the extent that we can build on these efforts, I think we would be closer to achieving the objectives and goals of the Sustainable Development Plan.
The intellect of the nation's students were put to the test over the weekend at the final of the National Brain Bee competition. Students of Presentation Brothers College dominated the event. Here's Chrislina John, who brings us the details.
16 students competed for the title Best Brain. In the end, Remy Frass, a Form 5 student at the Presentation Brothers College, won the title, topping the point standing on 68 points. Remy will represent Grenada at the virtual international competition scheduled to take place in France in July. Preparing for the international competition, Remy says, will require extra work. However, having participated in this competition, it will aid in his preparation for CXC exams.
For me, it was hard because I'm in Form 5, so I had to balance with SPAs and studying for CSEC. So it was kind of hard to balance, but when you really want something, you would push for it. So that was my attitude towards it. Manage again with the balance in CSEC, because CSEC starts within a month or two. And right after CSEC is the finals in July. So I'll just have to give it my all. I won't lose confidence. I could do anything, especially through Christ.
As the winner, Remy received a laptop, participant certificate, a stethoscope, $200 cash savings account, shares and tokens with Communal Cooperative Credit Union, $2,500 from the National Lottery Authority, Schools Challenge Trophy, as well from the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, and a winner's trophy. Remy scored 68 points, 1 point ahead of second place Ashana Telesford, a Form 4 student at the J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School. Telesford tells GBN the competition was tough. However, she is proud of her accomplishment and to showcase her school's talent.
I feel very happy and very excited, and I feel that I've done well. So to be motivated and to have a clear goal of what you want to be in the future and to study hard, be determined and don't be quick to quit or anything, but just keep pushing. It will get tough, so just keep going on.
Third place, Jomar Mitchell of the PBC speaks on how this will help him with studies.
It will help me for exams because I'll be kind of able to use the same methods I used to study for that to help prepare for most of my other exams. So I can kind of know what works and what doesn't work. And along with the brain, all information on the brain will also help me with biology, with doing the different parts of the body and how it functions and everything.
Alex Simon, also a PBC student, finished fourth and explained what stood out most to him.
A takeaway from me is hard work pays off, because in reality, there's sometimes we want something, but we don't want to do the things required to get to something that we want, So sometimes you just take some sacrifices or some hard work to really go forward with what you want. So that's the takeaway. Hard work pays off.
Fifth place went to Westmoreland Secondary School student Risha Keaton. Brain Bee Awareness Week was celebrated from March 14th to the 20th, 2022. Chrislina John, GBN News.
As the world celebrated World Down Syndrome Day today, under the theme Achieving Social Justice Through Formal Employment, GBN features one of the newest employees at the True Blue Bay Resort, a 17-year-old. Let's get more in this Rena Perry-Thomas report.
17-year-old Timon Phillip has been an employee of the True Blue Bay Resort for just about a year. She is not just polite and hardworking, but was also diagnosed chromosome disorder or Down syndrome at an early age. As the world celebrates World Down Syndrome Day, today officials from the Grenada National Council of the Disabled and the Grenada Down Syndrome Association highlight Timone's achievements, showing the world that disability is only skin deep. Her mother, Devani Phillips, says she is very proud of her daughter and is grateful to the management of the resort for giving her daughter such an opportunity.
I'm so happy to be a part of an organization that values equality and inclusion. When Mr. Fielding approached me about Timone, I was so overjoyed. And Timone takes so much pride in what she does, and we're really happy and thankful for Mr. Fielding for the bold step he took in doing this. Being Down is not a sickness, it's a genetic disorder, and children with Down syndrome, they can learn, they can swim, they can do anything like a normal child once given the opportunity.
Despite her challenges, the young Miss Phillip has proven her capabilities at her workplace. Owner of True Blue Resort, Russ Fielding, says after realizing the young lady's capabilities, he decided to take her on as a worker with anticipation that she will continue to grow.
You know, I'm really hoping that Timone will develop into a very fine employee. I mean, she's certainly proved herself to be incredibly useful so far, and you know, she's so friendly and loving and gives people hugs. It's delightful to have her here, quite frankly, and she's a real asset to the business. It wouldn't just be, you know, Down syndrome. Anybody with disabilities has got capabilities. And so, you know, you can't just throw aside one segment of society just because they haven't got a foot or they're missing a hand. You know, there's something useful that they can do in the workplace, and they all need to be given an opportunity.
While the 17-year-old is still being supervised by her mother and other workers at the resort to continue her training, Timone is quite confident about her new journey.
I love working in True Blue Resort. And everybody treat me nice. So I pick up some plate in the kitchen, in the kitchen. I pick up some glass in the bar when everybody come and things off. Yes, and do some roll-ups.
The story of Timone touched many hearts at True Blue Resort, including one frequent guest, Ted Filson, who recently sold his yacht and donated the monies to various charities across the island, including the Grenada Down Syndrome Association. World Down Syndrome Day is celebrated annually on March 21st, and the theme for this year is Achieving Social Justice Through Formal Employment. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
The Grenada Broadcasting Network is getting ready to put health on the front burner in a two-part series. Let's get details from Joseph Cador.
The much-anticipated health forum, spearheaded by the Grenada Broadcasting Network, takes place tomorrow night. Medical practitioners and corporate Grenada have lent their support to the exercise, being held under the theme, A New Focus on Health, a Collective Approach. The title sponsor is Antillean Life. Host Godfrey Augustine says the forum is intended to jolt people's consciousness of the need to take healthcare seriously.
As a people, we have a responsibility to take care of ourselves. We just can't sit back and depend on others. Yes, we have doctors, we have nurses, we have medication, but the primary role is personal responsibility. Yes, there are drawbacks with that, but of course, a step must be taken in that direction so we can address the issues in the best possible way.
The two-part series will look at various issues relating to both public and environmental health.
Dr. Tonya Frame from St. George's University, she will address the issue of public health. Also, nutrition has a significant role to play in the health of everyone. And so Ms. Lydia Brown of the Food and Nutrition Council that falls under the Ministry of Agriculture, she will be dealing with the issue of nutrition. We also have Ms. Marva Primus Joseph, and she's from the Grenada Planned Parenthood Association, and she will address issues of lifestyle, sexual and reproductive health, another key area. And of course, one of the areas that has been trending a lot lately, the area of mental health. And in recent times, it has come to the fore. It's of concern to many people. And Dr. Augustine Pantru, who is a clinical psychologist, will be addressing the issue of mental health. And of course, Dr. Francis Martin, he will deal with disease diagnosis and treatment, another very, very important area.
Dr. Francis Martin, who served as Chief Medical Officer during the outbreak of COVID-19, says the future of healthcare must be an integrated approach suitable for developing countries like ours.
As we have that discussion nationally, we'll be able to see how important allocations of funds are as it relates to, who gets what when it comes to improving healthcare. The training needs that you have for countries, depending on our epidemiological profile or the kind of diseases we have.
The forum will be aired from 8 to 10 p.m. tomorrow.
I did say this morning I'm in that kind of a mood this morning. Yeah. A groovy disco sort of a mood. Welcome back once again. It's Good Morning Grenada here on K105 Hot 98. And those of you viewing via GBN TV, good morning to you. Yeah, if you tapping your feet, I'm probably maybe in your home, you make a little dance to this one. Good morning to you. It's Good Morning Grenada. We're going to set the roll back in. We have I've seen a couple of folks chime in with the answers already and so forth. Let me see if I can go over to my bro via Hot 98 if he's available. I guess he's not available as yet. So we're looking at 6 minutes after the hour. And we have a couple of, let me look at my schedule before me this morning. And looking at the list, my list this morning, I'm not seeing any cruise ship on my list this morning scheduled for today. So certainly not seeing any any cruise ship per se that is scheduled for today. So those of you of course, there's always that loyal listener and viewer there. If you notice cruise ship in port, you probably can hit me up, let me know about it. And it ain't going to be a problem throwing it out. But on my list, I'm not seeing any, of course, cruise ship that have chimed in with us this morning. I think my bro has showed up once again. Gary, good morning. We're back live here on
yes.
Good Morning Grenada. And I was telling the viewers and listeners over a while ago on my list this morning, I'm not sure if we need to have an updated list, but I'm not seeing any cruise ships scheduled for today again on my list. I've seen this cruise ship maybe for tomorrow or Wednesday the 23rd, but I'm not seeing any on the list for today, Tuesday the 22nd. And we didn't have any on the schedule for the day. So we maybe have to get an updated list. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure our usual outside reporter
sure we could leave
would send us maybe a picture to confirm.
Yeah, let me actually see. So someone has just chimed in and said actually there's no ships in port currently. So assuming the list probably correct this morning. Currently there's no cruise ships in. So
yeah,
there's probably no scheduled calls for today. Hey Gary, is one of those mornings that I'm kind of troubled to see the actual response in terms of the quiz this morning. For some reason they have lots of folks seem to have chimed in on it this morning. And I'm seeing adults, I'm seeing youngsters, and it's some interesting.
It was a tough one.
It's been tough, but I think I'm seeing a couple of interesting answers been thrown out to us this morning.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of answers. Let me just play around with them for a wee bit. And some of them could be correct, under the circumstances. I think I
need to get my pen because I know they will come up with some kind of word I'm not even in the dictionary.
Exactly, and I'm saying some of those answers we could accept it. We could accept it under the circumstances. Now, what English word has 3 consecutive double letters? Let me repeat that again. What English word has 3 consecutive double letters? Now here are a couple of responses. We have our answers per se. So one person is saying Mississippi. Think about that, Gary.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I thought so too. It's not consecutive.
Yep.
There's an I between the repeating letters.
All right, so listen to an answer here now. Let me, I'll be like to throw in those voice notes. Let's see what this person says.
Good morning. Answer is Mississippi.
So we see that he's wrong already.
Yeah.
All right, he's wrong with it.
Yeah, because you see there's an I between the repeating letters, so that does not qualify.
All right, so you're out of it there, the loop for now. I'm seeing a youngster chipping with her picture, and she's saying woolen. The answer is woolen, and that's coming from Zaria Peters.
No, because woolen is spelled W-O-O-L-E-N.
Yeah, so that's wrong. That's wrong.
Not W-O-O-N. W-E-N.
Let me see what this other of course, listener or viewer per se is saying.
Good morning, my name is Renisha, and I'm not sure about the answer, but is it bookkeeper?
What is this? We
will keep this one on standby still.
We're keeping this one on standby still. Who else we have to chip in this morning in terms of let me see who else has popped up with.
Remember, the riddle is, what English word has 3 consecutive double letters? Consecutive meaning back to back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in this case, 3 back to backs.
Because there are words that have double letters within it, but it may not be consecutive. You understand? So I think that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for there. And let me see what this youngster is saying this morning.
Good morning, my name is Moisha Pascal, and the answer is bookkeeper.
So we have 2 youngsters.
Bookkeeper again.
So, and a vast majority of the answers that came in this morning are saying bookkeeper. Are they correct?
So if you said bookkeeper, you are absolutely correct.
So so we have double dose of the youngsters. I think their picture will be popping up shortly via, of course, the TV. So the youngsters, congratulations to the youngsters. And yes, they are correct. All those who have said bookkeeper, and loads of folks have chimed in with of course, saying someone said messages saying the bookkeeper. So yes, bookkeeper is absolutely correct. All right, so shout out to all the smarty pants out there. I guess that one, I don't know, Gary, because after we done and doing the news and I was looking at the WhatsApp, it's like the answer was just pouring in a whole lot. You understand? I'm looking at at least 25 persons chiming in this morning in that. You understand? And
nice, good to have your participation.
The vast majority of them, except for those that said Mississippi and woolen, but the majority actually did said bookkeeper. And thank you for participating, folks. Thank you so much.
12 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. That's the time right
Gary,
now. Where we are now, Gigi?
Let me quiz you on something a little bit. Can I go ahead?
Go right ahead.
What is happening at the Montrouge playing field?
At the Montrouge, King of the Grill. That's what's up. King of the Grill, June
the 4th, 2022. Yeah, I think I caught you off guard there, but I guess you clicked in kind of quick and got it. Yeah, I thought I caught you off guard with that one, but
not for a second time.
Not for a second time. So, folks, get ready. King of the Grill is coming up for you. Montrouge playing field. June the 4th, 2022. And even have a start time, Gary, for the folks who are looking for more details. We did promise you more details. 11 a.m. start time. All right?
We have a start time. Yeah. Where is the venue?
Well, it's Montrouge playing field.
You did say that. Oh, my bad. That has been confirmed.
That has been confirmed because, you just answered the question, bro. I asked you what's happening at the Montrouge. What's happening at the Montrouge?
Yeah. Listen, because my mind has been stuck on pause because I understood that we didn't have a confirmed venue. So that.
Well, I'm actually looking at the Montrouge playing field via the GBN Facebook page, and that's why I tried to quiz you on it this morning to see if you.
So I was still stuck in the paradigm of not knowing where the venue was until confirmation. But okay, it's been confirmed. Good.
Yeah. Montrouge playing field, 11 a.m., 4th of June, 2022. Get ready for King of the Grill, folks. Get ready for that. So what we had this morning, Gary, we'll be rolling once again. We're moving down to just around 14 minutes after the hour here on a Good Morning Grenada for a lovely Tuesday. And it's the 22nd today of the month of March. Hey, March is on the move, man. Yeah.
We got another missing person report. This time is a boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I don't know if we can get a picture up, but we hope that he returns home safely. All right, because could you imagine a parent have to go through that? GT, both of us are parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine we having to go through that, man?
I know.
So we could definitely.
And even at the age he's at, just 14, man. You understand?
Yeah.
Well,
it's sad. It's really sad, and I hope that, of course, once again, that the parents, find some sort of closure. He returns home safely, and all is good with the life from there on. I'm trying to pull up the report as produced by the Royal Grenada Police Force. Can't seem to get my hands on it as it is right now, so we'll return to that.
All right, well, certainly hopefully some closure come for this pretty soon, probably before the end of the show this morning. We may see a release out from the Royal Grenada Police Force stating that the youngster has been found and he's safely back with his family. A little bit of counseling and so forth may happen, finding out what the reasons why he was unavailable for the last couple of days. I just try to use the simple terms why he was unavailable for the last couple of days. Yeah, so and some closure could come to that. All right, we're certainly happy for some closure on that. Hey, Gary, get ready. We spoke about it yesterday, and we're talking about a vaccination mandate to be dropped for the upcoming Test cricket game at the National Stadium.
Well, what do you know?
Yeah.
What do you know? Well, tell you what, I had pulled up this article from the Guardian,
the
Antiguan Guardian, and I did not know that before.
I actually heard about it already.
I hadn't. According to this paper that I was just browsing through the internet and I saw it this morning. I was totally I probably was on a rock or something. Unvaccinated fans will be allowed to attend the third test against England next week after Grenada's government announced the scrapping of its vaccine differentiation policy. All right. So that is good news. The Minister, Nicholas Steele, said that the decision was based on the low risks currently associated with COVID-19 in the country. Now, the latest numbers indicate Grenada boasting only 60 active cases of the deadly virus. Now, he went on to say, therefore, just as we celebrate this victory, we hope to celebrate a West Indies win in Grenada. What do you all think about that?
Well, hopefully that, the numbers will be out at the National Stadium. And you know what? When West Indies get a big crowd, their motivation is lifted. The team per se, their motivation is lifted. So we may get a win in Grenada. You never know, man. You never know.
My question is, I thought they were lifting the vaccine mandate on April the 4th.
Yeah, well, I guess they just jumped ahead of it.
An exception, right?
Even a little exception for the game and so forth. So they, of course, jumped ahead of it just a little bit. Hey, Gary, coming back with more chit-chat and a short job. We also have the birthday, the Celebrations Club, and a list of those of you celebrating. Let's take that break. When we come back, we got much more for you. It's Good Morning Grenada here on K105 Hot 98 and GBN TV and all social media platforms. We coming right back.
Support you at every stage of your life.
for business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies flies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. And COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
So we're getting sort of touch back on the inside here on the Good Morning Grenada. It's K105 and Hot 98, also GBN TV, all social media platforms. Good morning. We're back. And Gary's on his side of things over there. Pretty soon I'll be linking back at him, but let's get set and roll directly into the birthday list this morning. Hey, those of you celebrating, let me take a time to wish you a happy birthday. Let's kick it off this morning with, I have loads on the WhatsApp, loads on my list. Let me see if I could mesh them all this morning. The list is pretty long. Let me say good morning to Jack Kim McMeo. Good morning to you. One of the early calls I received this morning of day in Windsor Forest. Good morning. Family members and friends wishing him a happy birthday, especially his wife. All wishing him a happy birthday today. All the best. Siobhan McIntyre Santa Claus of Lower Capital. How are you? Celebrating his birthday today. His mom Sharon and the rest of the family. Shouting him out this morning, wishing him a happy birthday. Frances Billy of Castine. Actually, no, resides in Canada. Good morning and happy birthday. Good morning to you, for family members and friends. Let's say good morning to Avian Peters of Paradise. Good morning and happy birthday to you from family members. Yep, wishing you a happy birthday. Agnes Humphrey of Birch Grove. Good morning. Good morning to her this morning from her husband Carl and other members of the family. Lynette James of Montreat St. Patrick. Good morning and happy birthday. What about Trisha Antoine of Lower Capital, Birch Grove? Good morning. How are you? Happy birthday from your entire family. Lydia Courtney of Pearls. Good morning. Happy birthday. What about Monica Humphrey of Felix Park? That's in the Crochet area. Good morning. Happy birthday from her children. We all wishing a happy birthday. What about Delma John of Dunfermline? Good morning and happy birthday. Also, Timon Francis of Resource. Good morning. Let's say good morning to Marjorie Cyrus. Good morning and happy birthday. Norma Hannibal of DeBellat of Lower Capital, Brush Grove. Good morning and happy birthday from her fiancé Jerry. Children, they all wishing a happy birthday. Let's say good morning to Christine Fletcher of La Digue in St. Andrew. Good morning. Greetings going out to her this morning from her children and other members of the family. Don't forget her grandchildren also. Atisha, let me get that right. Atisha James of Mount Rich. Good morning. Happy birthday. What about Shavi Simon of Douglaston? 12 years old today. Happy birthday. Talandra Marast of Maribor also celebrating today. Shameen Clovey of Bernay. Good morning. Happy birthday. Jenny Matthew Peters of Old Wester Hall celebrating today. Good morning. Good morning to Mr. Hamlet Mark. Good morning, sir. Wherever you're at, good morning and happy birthday. Good morning to Dale Ann Thomas of Woburn. Ryan Diner. That's Ryan Diner of Closier. Good morning. His mom Leah sending out the love team this morning, wishing him a happy birthday. Let's say good morning to Rasheen Hostin of St. John Street, Victoria. Good morning to her. Happy birthday. Let's say good morning to Ogiza Richards of Telescope, celebrating 9 years old today. Good morning. Say good morning to Augustine Edwards of Nunparel in St. Mark. Good morning to him this morning. What about KC? Yes, let me get that right. It's Kelsey Gentle of Guava State. Good morning. Tessa Frank of Grand Roy, a custom officer attached to the port in St. George. Good morning and happy birthday from his co-workers. What about Constable Kingsley Frederick of New Hampshire? Good morning. What about Heidi Alexander of Hermitage, a teacher of the Chantamel RC? Good morning and happy birthday from your daughter. That's Kaylee. Kadesa, yes, that's Kadesa Lewis of Conference in St. Andrew. Good morning. Happy birthday. Eva Charles of St. James, also good morning. Simone Langine of Corinth instead of St. Andrew. Let me get that. Corrute instead of St. Andrew. Get it right. Celebrating today. She actually resides in the U.S. also. She's from Carruthers, St. Andrew, but resides in the USA. 5 years old today. Good morning to her from her mom, Rena. Dr. Keisha Smith, Low. Good morning to you, Doc. Let's say good morning to Kellen O'Geese, Looney Spark. Good morning, man. How you doing? Let's say good morning to Andalyn Antwine of Victoria. What about Sandra Clarence of Muntu? Twins on my list this morning. That's Marcella Green, who's in the U.S., and her sister Marcelle Roberts, who's in the Spice Island. It's Tiba and St. David to be precise. Good morning to both of them this morning. Nancy McSween, good morning of Grand Anse Valley. Happy birthday. What about Brent Alexander of Maribo? Let's say good morning to Michael John of Chantamel. Good morning. Anne-Marie Ogilvy of Gore. Good morning and happy birthday. And I have double dose of anniversaries on my list this morning. The first couple are celebrating their 23rd wedding anniversary. And it's going out to Christy and Stanley James, both of Monkridge and St. Patrick, celebrating their anniversary today, 23 years of marital bliss. The second couple are celebrating their 32nd wedding anniversary. That's Byron and Lydia Phillip of Tivoli in St. Andrew, both celebrating their 32nd wedding anniversary. Good morning and happy anniversary to both of you. Had some folks celebrating via the WhatsApp. Somehow my WhatsApp just seemed to have just frozen up on me this morning for some reason or the other, so I will not be able to go for that this morning. So Gary, we back live here on Good Morning Grenada as we take you through this morning. Those of you on your way to work, probably going to be there for 7:30. You just have just around 5 minutes or so to be there on the time. Here on Good Morning Grenada, GT Gary, it's G squared in the morning time as we take you through this morning. Yeah, my WhatsApp just froze up with me for some reason or the other. I guess the constant message has been flowing on it this morning. It couldn't handle it. Probably just couldn't handle it this morning. It's been pretty busy this morning, man, as we roll on. Say what's up,
well, we getting on to this.
Yeah, man. What's up with you?
You know, we're gonna make things happen despite some of the technical hiccups that may, get in our way.
It's the least of our problems for today, man. It's the least of our problems for today. It's all good.
The National Water and Sewage Authority now also wishes consumers in Mount Rich, Snell Hall, Mades, and surrounding communities in the parish of St. Patrick that in order to facilitate network connections, they will be experiencing interruption in water. That's, of course, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., and that's going to be today. March 22nd, 2022. So St. Patrick's area. All right. Did I get that right? St. Patrick's? Mount Rich, Snell Hall, Mades.
That's actually in St. Patrick's. It's in St. Patrick's.
All right, good. Y'all make preparations. You're going to be out of water from 8 to 4 p.m.
So you know the drill, folks up there. Make sure you get some time out, and before the next, they have about half an hour to do that. Get some water stored, and make clean containers so that you can have access to some water until the water is restored. All right, so take a note of that. If we're rolling on, Gary, I see there's an interesting story. I want to hear you narrate it a wee bit pertaining to this particular individual there, and I'll let you go with it because I may narrate it differently. I may narrate it differently. So let me hear how you're going to narrate that this morning for the viewing and listening.
A lot of people are downplaying the reality of the violence. All right. And how grim the situation is right about now in Ukraine. But maybe if you're married with this bit of story here, his name is Boris Romanshikno. I must have butchered that.
That's what I stole.
Really badly.
That's why I stalled in terms of saying the name. I say, let you go with it.
Yeah. Boris Romanshikno. All right. Who survived 4 Nazi concentration camps during World War II. Has been killed by Russian shelling that struck his flat in the Ukraine city of Kharkiv. All right.
Oh man! I mean,
so he was 96.
Imagine he survived 4 Nazi concentration camps.
Could you imagine?
You understand? Survived that. Went through that.
That's my exact. You survived the worst of the worst, only to die this way. It's rather sad. I'm sure this is going to infuriate a lot of Ukrainians. But the war continues. They try occupying a particular city in Ukraine. The latest news, they have encountered, that's the Russians, they encountered fierce pushback from, of course, the force there. They were asking them to surrender and get, of course, a free passage out of that city, and they did not. They did not, of course, surrender. They fought. Surprisingly, they fought very well.
It's been said that the Ukrainians, military, they putting up a tough fight on the Russians, man. It was unexpected that would have put up such a tough fight. And when you got to fight for your homeland, Gary, you will do whatever you have to do. You know that, right?
Definitely. You fight for your home. You fight for your country. You fight for your dignity.
You will.
All right, we're moving on, babe.
Yeah, let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Another issue. That is of contention here in Grenada. Of course, you all know we're getting ready for election pretty soon.
Yeah.
But two public figures here in Grenada, they did a show together and they said a few things. And it has been a topical issue, if you will, for some time. All right. So my question is it politics as usual? Is this petty? Let's hear your issue on what transpired over the construction of a home in the Grandance area, where an NDC candidate
he's the individual is now, I think he has officially gotten the nod to run for the party in that particular Southern George constituency.
Right. So he has taken up the mantle and decided to construct, with of course the help of business places and people in the community, construct a house. Well, some people on the opposition, on the other side, had a few things to say. So we're going to let Master Control run it, and then we'll invite you, the viewing and listening public, to let us know what's your take. Is it just politics as usual, petty, misunderstood, misconstrued? Let's get your opinion.
All right.
I see house being built, 2 pieces of plywood looking kind of thing. I mean, I figure out that something. I mean, I know everybody entitled to a little shelter, but I thought I would have seen something. Seeing that you rush so quick to build this thing, I thought this thing would have looked.
Okay. So I'm looking for props then. I want forward.
Well, it had to be because you rush. You didn't even give a chance for people to sneeze.
Yeah.
Build this kind of thing. I
am fresh on the scene, my dear. I am fresh on the scene.
Not even a bad breeze could blow, because if a good breeze blow, that look as though you're going to reach on the ground. I don't know. I just saying what I see.
Yeah.
I mean, my eyes, I just wear glasses. Look, I have it here, but I have glasses, I think. But I see, and I see the thing, and I'm saying, what is this at all? This rush.
I guess that's something.
Comic relief for the morning time, Let's get your feedback.
Well,
what's the number again, GT?
Well, the number. That's 435-2041. That'll just crack me up to a way.
I must say,
just laugh at.
I am relatively good friends with those two individuals.
Yeah, so am I.
So it's not like if I'm against or taking side or. But Gigi, what's your thing?
Neither man. We have a caller. Let's see what the caller says first, and then we will chat. Good morning. How you doing? Hello. Good morning. I guess the caller was.
So the question this morning.
Let me tell you something.
Petty. Or is it just politics as usual?
Well, I think it's a little bit of politicking in between. But in my opinion, I have viewed the entire thing. I didn't just watch this snippet that everybody is putting a lot of energy. Everybody is listening. I actually got a hold of the entire clip and look at it. You understand? And I kind of gasp in terms of where they were coming from. Where that lead to, sometimes we cut up, people's show and so forth.
Before you proceed, Master Control, I sent you an email. Check it out because we will need to move to that next issue.
Let me have a caller line. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
All right.
Yes, listen to what I'm saying this morning. It's really petty because if election wasn't coming, you wasn't going to hear anything about the person that got something. Right. The proof of that the person go and take a rest by somebody else, then they get somewhere they could call their own. That is too much of pettiness, and it's because of election they're doing that.
All right, caller. Thanks for your contribution. Well, the caller have, of course, made their point. I guess they see it from their own point of view. view. And I was saying from my own point of view a while ago,
I think you're making a very interesting point. Continue.
I was saying, you have to watch the entire thing and not just the snippets in terms of what we just showed a while ago. And my take on it, what I observed from watching the entire, of course, show that the two individuals having, they were saying to a point that, yes, the individual who have helped the folks, the 5 victims who have lost their belongings, of course, condolences to the folks who have lost there. They was trying to say that maybe he has gone and done it, but they should have the minister or whoever is in charge of the constituency from the government side, they didn't get a chance to go do it, or maybe they could have done something better if the government may have done it. So I don't want to prolong it too much. I don't want to prolong.
What they're saying is that they were already in motion.
Well, that's what I was that's what I was gasping in the initial stage, to provide the assistance, and of course the you can take a kind of jump in front and them
knowing that of course they were doing that
exactly. You understand? Okay. So that's what I was trying to gasp, but the little clip came out and give a different perspective, and people grab onto that because we always put in the smaller files of things, and we look at the bigger picture.
Taken down in case you want to go search for it on social.
Yeah, you ain't gonna find the video no more. You ain't gonna find it. So
you ain't gonna find no.
Folks who have
I ain't sending no video for it, so don't ask me to send.
Yeah, well, I have another caller. Should we grab another caller? And then we're gonna wrap this up. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Yes, how are you? Well, I guess this caller is not ready for us. Hey, girl, let me move on. Let me don't spend. It's not me. I'm not the slow one. I think the caller was kind of listening to the radio.
No, I'm saying he's slow.
Yeah, and there's always that little delay in the background. So try not to listen to the radio while you're trying to call. You're always going to get that delay, and then you're wondering, or you're probably listening to the television. There's going to be that little bit of delay. So those of you that, as we said, Gary, folks may look at it as political, playing around, or could be just pettiness. Everybody can have their opinion on it. If I have mine, I'm certainly sure you have yours. The viewing and listening public, they may also have their opinion of it. All right, so hey, some folks may see that as just water under the bridge, no guy. You understand? That's another 7-day talk in Grenada. You know that, right?
Well, here's Alistair Warward. He's on the Facebook Live. He's saying, where is the democracy in all of that? The gentleman said that he knew the individual, so he reached out to him. Mm-hmm. All right. So Andy knew the individual. So
and I would say that's all good. I would say that is all good also. You understand? Offer the assistance, but Gary, there's a saying that there's always two sides to a story. We gasping.
Another person here. Is saying, ask the government in office why they did not move immediately to rebuild. That woman have no, I wouldn't repeat that word, and family needed help. That's what she's saying here in essence. And the first time Andy is assisting the needy with housing, etc. So
I said, Gary,
he's pretty much not happy and disgusted by some of the things that were said. Anyways,
Gary, as I said, there's probably a third part to this story, because we hear 1, 2, and there's probably a third part to this story that we aren't available to. You understand? And everybody's just shelling their opinion on it. So, what could we do? You understand?
Yeah, man.
Hey, Gary, let's take a break. And when we come back, we should chat about some of the other great stuff that's happening in the Spice Isle. And, hey, get ready for the tune for tune. Always have something in the bag, that I'm going to pull out for you. So I hope you geared up this morning, all right?
Always ready, bro. Always ready. Ready as ready.
You coming back.
Meet one of Grenada's former island scholars and only female aerospace engineer, Dr. Lisselle Joseph, on Interesting Grenadians this Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on GBN TV and social media platforms. You won't want to miss this.
The Country Call store wishes to advise the general public and its customers that the company will be closed on Thursday, March 24th to facilitate a general staff meeting. The mini mart and wholesale office will resume operations at 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. respectively on Friday, March 25th. Island-wide sales via the trucks and vans will also resume as per normal on Friday, March 25th. The Country Call store apologizes for any inconvenience that this temporary closure may cause and thank the general public and all its customers for their cooperation and understanding.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
Me and my feel-good music segments this morning. Yeah. So we're back and we're live here on Good Morning Grenada, G Squared, GTN. Gary's over there via Hot 98, and I'm here on Classic. Good morning to our viewers via, of course, the social media platforms, whether you're viewing via the YouTube channel or Facebook. Good morning, Gary. We're back.
We are back. Big up to Peter on Facebook Live. He's saying all politics.
You know,
all right, moving on.
I thought we move on that anyway. Let's just throw that away for the morning. Hey, guys, we got a big video to show. We featured it yesterday morning, but the response was overwhelming. I got some really good feedback from it yesterday, so we're going to take a bit of it this morning once again.
Yeah.
Hey,
when it's nice, you do it twice.
Yes, when it's nice, you do it twice, man. Official Angelo featuring the Royal Grenada Police Force. Let's take a listen up to this video. When we come back, we get set to do what we do here on
Tune for Tune coming your way.
Tune for Tune coming your way this morning. I'm geared up for you. Hey.
Police force lost its first officer to COVID-19.
Season ends on a sad note for members of the Royal Grenada Police
Force. A man with a firearm.
One can never find the right words to say in circumstances like these. But I assure you that the RGPF is shaken and deeply saddened.
stand at attention and salute. We ain't saying goodbye, no, we're saying thank you. Stories of your bravery inspiring the youth. Heroes dressed in blue, fighting crime all night and day for justice and for truth. You'd lay your life down for a stranger, and as a fact, yeah, you run away, we head towards a danger, and don't turn back, no. I wonder, did you really fall? If because of you we stand tall. The sun comes after the
united and strong. Here to serve, so believe we'll be there when you need. We stand, oh, we stand. Here to serve, so believe we'll be there when you need. We stand, oh, we stand.
For the top of the hour this morning. What a lovely video. We could watch this over and over again. All the love going out to those who have lost their loved ones who were members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. That particular video is dedicated to those that have gone to the great beyond, man. Great video, Gary. Great video.
Yeah,
yep. And it's all good.
Can't give this video enough praise, man. Can't give it too much praise. Not at all.
Gary, I'm geared up, and I'm kind of anticipating my song this morning. Somehow I think it does be calling ahead and telling people vote for you. You understand? I just straight talk. I mean it. I don't mean anything. I'm just playing around with you this morning.
What an accusation!
Yeah, I'm throwing out accusations this morning. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for sympathy.
This morning, but
maybe I'm looking for sympathy or something.
Nah, I ain't gonna get political this morning, but jeez. I'm not for politics, man. You go do a good job.
I would never go there. I ain't gonna go there under no circumstances. I ain't going there. Anyway, listen to my song this morning. It needs an introduction. A great artist won the title a couple of times in Grenada, the 70s, the 80s, and hey, listen to this song, guys. Tell me if you know this song. Hey, viewers, listeners out there, listen to this.
Spice Mass in town, Grenadians gone wild. I hear in Kaiso rhythm, it coming from an old drum. I think I hear in iron boy. Must be from a steel band. We going to have a bomb. Grenada Carnival. Nobody go hold back, nobody at all. The Spice Mass, Spice Mass, Spice Mass, Spice Mass, Spice Mass. New York posse coming to town. Spice Mass. Toronto and London coming down. The Spice Mass, Spice Mass. Tell them to play the way, because Carnival Day, nobody could hold back when we come out to play. I like it ding ding ding, I like it ding ding ding, I like it ding ding ding. Spice Mass.
Gary, you think you could counteract that, my brother? You think you could counteract that particular song, man? They're flying that turkey. Yeah, I went into the archives. I went into the archives and pulled that one out, you know.
All right. My tune. I'm gonna go over to Master Control.
This next song is my love song to Grenada. It's called "This Is Home."
Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe
breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll. And it's been so long, but I'm finally home. And what better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home. Introduce the band because they're awesome. So
you can't go wrong. Hey, yo. Now, if I get defeated this morning for whatever reason, I will take it. I will accept it. You know, my back is broad.
Don't concede.
I will take the licks. My back is broad. I could take the licks this morning. I will take the licks this morning.
You're throwing in the towel, man. Yeah. You gotta be tough like Ukraine, Jay.
You see how we in white this morning?
Stand up and fight.
You see how we in white this morning? It means, you know, the white represent I have surrendered.
Both of us were in white this morning.
I have surrendered.
You all know the number?
Yeah, 435-2041, 435-2041. But you can also WhatsApp the answer. You can send us a voice note, of course, how you feel about the song. Both songs we played this morning, you know. But I like that Flying Turkey guy, that Spice Mass. That was a big tune. That was a big tune back then. And it still represents Grenada to the fullest. But Sabrina's song, hey, send the love to her also, man. So,
local talent, all local vibes. You know what I mean? 110% Grenadian we are.
Yep. So
Let me make sure I check the Facebook Live and see if we have any votes coming through via Facebook Live. You know what I mean?
I'm seeing some love been shown out for me already. You know, I
number
get
one. Someone says number one. Wait, 3 already for you, GT boy. You playing mask.
And then, you know, I'm seeing someone saying, you know, kudos to the Royal Grenada Police Force. Well put together, that particular song. They're saying the second song, I hear the bird singing right there. So that individual is showing some love to Sabrina. Double dose for you, Gary. But it's like
3-2 right now.
Yep. Hey,
1, 2, 3 there for you, bam.
Well, and you take it, you take it. But I had surrendered already.
Give me a call. Give us a call.
Give us a call. 435-2041.
Let's get the votes via phone line.
For everybody to get some calls in also before we wrap this morning. We still have about 5 more minutes left on the show this morning. And wow. It's been a great morning, Gary. It's been a great morning. It's been a great morning. Shout out to all the viewers, listeners out there. I hear somebody saying, hey, sorry, GT. They with Gary this morning. Well, it's all good. It's all good.
That makes us 3 apiece right now.
Yeah,
3 apiece right now.
Lost that call there.
3
I think I
apiece
grabbed it a little bit too
now.
slow. 445-041. Let's get a couple of phone calls and who you voted for this morning. Let's see. We got a caller. Good morning.
Morning.
Would you mind lowering your radio a little bit from us, man? Lower the radio first a little bit, sir. Good morning.
Number 2.
Number 2. All right, thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right.
4-3. I'm ahead of you, GT.
All right, Gary.
Sharing some licks this morning.
All right, Gary. Gary, and number 2 again via WhatsApp. Number 2 once again. But you just be setting people up.
Someone on Facebook saying Gary own is for an audience attending a concert. I like it.
Good morning, caller.
Morning.
How you doing this
morning? I'm tired.
You tired this morning?
Yeah.
All right, so Gary, we get one each day, all right? We get one each.
It's all going on there.
We get one each.
All right, so Monet is giving me one, so I'm still ahead of you. So I'm still ahead of you. 4-5. You understand?
Ah, man.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Hey, before we go any further, please be informed that effective Monday, March 21st, which was yesterday, our flour and animal feed prices, and that is coming from Caribbean Agro.
Yes.
All right. They saying the prices of these products have increased.
Yeah.
All your flour is going up.
Flour going up, boy.
Baking flour, that's bakery flour, is going up by 12%. Counter flour has gone up by 14%.
Wow.
Animal feed
16%
went up by 16%.
Wow.
Now these increases in prices of our products are significantly below many of the price increases of our production inputs. Wheat, corn and soy meal, for example, have experienced significant increases over the past year in the amounts of 63%, 53%, and 56% respectively.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
All right.
So that's coming from Caribbean Agro.
So you dumpling love. Your folks love the dumpling, Gary. You know what I mean? Those like the
Fortunately for me, I don't really dabble in flour and things. So that ain't gonna affect me.
That wouldn't gonna affect me that much either. You know, I've given the flour thing a rest a little bit now. And
when they say yam and fig and blogger and thing go up, then I go hold my head and ball.
Yep. The flour powder thing, I have given that a rest. So that's not gonna affect me that much. You understand? But there are folks who use that, and I understand it's going to take a little toll on your pocket. You understand? So
I tell you, all import products prices will be going up. Sugar would be going up, and I have all who depend on sugar. I doesn't eat sugar, so I good.
Well, you say you don't eat it. I don't use it. Period. Yeah. I don't know if you just drink it, but anyway.
Oh my God.
We have a caller line. I don't know what they want to chip in this morning. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Hello.
How you doing, my dear? Good morning.
Good morning. I'd like to find out when you all have to call the greetings in the morning, how you all do that.
You mean the birthday greetings? It is actually pre-tabulated for us, so we just receive it and play it back. But you can always call in a little early and we'll accommodate you. All right?
Like when in the morning?
In the morning, after 5 a.m., you could probably call in and we'll be able to. Yeah, we could accommodate.
5 a.m. GT?
Yeah, I'm here since that time in the morning, Gary.
The woman sleeping 5 o'clock. Ma'am, just before the birthday thing start, give GT a call. You understand? You go take your phone call
it's
after.
It's probably going to be different. It's probably going to be difficult to take the call just before the birthday list. Call me before I read the
You can
list.
take it after.
Yeah, you call me. I just have individuals calling me just all 5:15, 5:20 in the morning, giving me to add to the list. I'm here that time of the morning, man. Come on, don't worry, man.
Mommy does be up them kind of hours.
she's gone already, Gary. But
she's gone okay.
She's gone already. Well, call me all after 5 a.m. add to the list. I'll call me all the time. Yeah, or maybe during after 6 a.m. also when we the obituaries are going on. I can accommodate you during that time also, man. You understand? So
good stuff, man.
Hey, Gary.
We're about wrapping it up. I think I'll take winning.
Yeah, well, take it, man. It's yours this morning. Somebody on WhatsApp is saying, GT, you're not listening. Stop, go first, man. You understand? Somebody saying, GT, you're not listening. You're not listening. So now go first. All right. So as of tomorrow, I'll let Gary play his song first because I always have something good coming up.
Oh boy. Yeah. Excuses.
I'll make an excuse, man. Hey Gary, it's a pleasure as always.
That's my tune.
Hey, it's Good Morning Grenada. It's a pleasure as always taking care of things in the morning, getting the folks up and moving. Have yourself a good brother. Stay locked over there at Hot 98.
Hot 98.
I'm still around with you
here.
Good
one, Greater Carriacou. Peter Martin, it's been a pleasure. Have a blessed day today. Catch you guys back here tomorrow.
All right. I'm still around here with you on K105. I'll be around with you till it's 9 a.m. Don't forget, coming up just about a minute or so from now, we have for you BBC News. That's what we say goodbye to a TV audience this morning. Those of you looking via GBN TV channel 7 and 1120. Also, our social media platforms. That's what we say goodbye for Good Morning Grenada. And have yourself a good one. I will follow it with me flying turkey in the interim until we get to BBC News.